What's up, guys? It's your girl Asheray, and I'm back with another video. Marriage Bootcamp episode 4, hashtag drama. Okay, so this video starts out with Soulja Boy cooking because as I told you in the last review that that basically the judge told him as his punishment that he would have to cook for the whole house. And he was like, man, ain't nobody gonna eat it. It's gonna be burnt or whatever. But, you know, he cooked it and it actually turned out pretty good. I was like, shoot, let me get a plate, Soulja. Like, it looked like it looked good. And everybody said that it was good. So I was like, let me get some of that food. Okay, and of course, of course, Dr. V and Dr. Ish was watching him, and you know they have to analyze everything. So they were like that he has to have set directions, and he'll get it done. Like you have to basically you have to be like straightforward with him, and if you're straightforward with him, then yeah, he'll get a job done. And so after the breakfast or whatever, Neil was like, you know what? This is the first morning that we woke up and we haven't gotten into an argument. And I was like, dang, y'all argue every day? Like every day? And I was like, I can't do it. Like I cannot be with somebody and we arguing like from the time we wake up to the time we go to sleep, we arguing. Like, no, I can't do it. Like being there done that is too much stress. It's not good. Like I just can't do it. So then they go to the boot camp room and the doctors are talking to them about social media and this, that, and the other. And the social media junkie, like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. So basically, and then they were like, okay, so everything that you put out on social media, you cannot take it back or whatever. So then they lead them off into this other part of the house, and basically it's like a tent, and it's full of basically different type of media people are there. And Mo was like, oh, they have photographers, videographers, bloggers, whatever you could think of, they had it. Basically is what she's saying. And then they introduced this lady, Danny Canada. Apparently she runs Bossip. And as I was like watching all as they were asking everybody questions, I was like, dang, she knows, like, she know everything. It's like, she be all up in everybody's business. Like, I used to watch Bossip, like, when it was on, I don't know if it's still on or not, but, like, I watched a couple episodes of it, because it came on, like, after another show I was watching, so, yeah. I know they be getting all up in people's business. Anyways, that's all. And, so, basically, they was asking everybody questions or whatever, and then they came straight out the gate, and they was like, "So, Carl, how does it feel to be known as just Lil Mo's husband?" And he was like, "I'm not just her husband," and she was like, "Yeah," and whatever. And I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. And then, so apparently he put out some tweets about it's not about basically to the effect that it was okay to cheat as long as you don't get caught, and people should stop snitching. And then they was asking him, you know, do you think it's okay to cheat? And Lamo had responded to it, and she was like, and they were like, so Lamo, you accept him cheating or whatever? And she was like, no, I don't accept anything, and I usually don't respond to things on social media. And they was like, but you did. And she was like, oh, I wasn't talking to him, I was just responding in general. And then of course Danny was like, yeah, okay, girl. And they didn't buy that at all. And then they was talking about how she runs his Instagram, and it was like, oh, so you don't trust him, you gotta run his Instagram. And it was like, no, it ain't like that. She runs my Instagram because I allow her to. She runs my Instagram because I allow her to, not because there's trust issues. Then they go to Jessica and Sean, and they was basically like, oh, Sean, Jessica's not wife material. And he was like, of course she's wife material. And they didn't really have much on Jessica and Sean. The most of the dirt was on Jessica, and they tried it. They was the guy was like, "Oh, would you want your daughter to be a scripper?" And she was like, "Absolutely not. That's why I did it, so she don't have to." And I was like, "Yes, for the clap back." So yeah, she was like, "No, of course not." And so. And then he was like, you did this." They were like, "You did this tweet about not giving the milk away for free. Why would somebody want to marry you if you're giving them? Why buy the cow if you could get the milk for free?" And she was like, "Well," and then they was like, "Aren't you basically doing that now?" And she was like, "Well, you never know. I still got a few tricks up my sleeve. After he married me, I'm pull out some more surprises." And I was like, "Ooh, okay, girl." And then Lamo's like, "Girl, I want to see them tricks that she got up her sleeve." And Carl was like, "It ain't none of your business." But she was like, "But I want to see." Shoot, I was like, "Sure, I want to see too. Maybe I can learn a few things. I don't get no complaints, but still, hey, maybe I can learn a couple more things." And so then they go over to Walker and Tammy. And of course, what they gonna talk about? The cheating, right? And so they asked Tammy. They was like, do you care about the fans encouraging Walker to cheat?" And she was like, "No, I don't care about what people have to say on social media. Half of them don't even have a mattress to sleep on." And I was like, "Tammy funny." I was like, Tammy funny. She really funny. Um, um, and then it was like, and then the reporter was like, "Okay, well, how much infidelity are you gonna put up with?" And then Walker got mad, and he was like, hold on, bro. You ain't finna be disrespecting her like that." And I was like, he ain't really disrespecting her. He's just asking her a question or whatever. And so he ain't like that. He was like, "Man, I'm about to throw you out the tent." And then Tim was like, "Walker, hold on." And she was like, "What you said? You said how much infidelity I could take?" And he was like, "Yeah." She said, "As much as I want to." I was like, "Bitch, no, not as much as you want to. There comes a breaking point. If you have not reached your breaking point yet, bitch, you better reach your breaking point pretty soon if his ass cheat on you again. Okay?" That I'm not gonna keep letting I'm not gonna keep letting a person, because I was about to say something else. I'm not about to keep letting a person disrespect me and cheat on me, because that's basically saying, "Oh, I'm giving you the okay to cheat on me." Like, okay, go ahead. I'm gonna take you back anyway. Hell no. Then they get to Soulja and Nia, and basically, like, they didn't really have nothing. They didn't really have much to say to Nia, but mostly it was Soulja Boy. Man, the tweets and things that Soulja Boy puts out, and the things that he has said to this girl, I'm like, man, ain't no way. It's like he asking her when she ready to taste the D again. Then when they break up, he was like, "Yo, this thing, and it wasn't that good anyway," and all types of crazy stuff. And I'm like, Neil, 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 why, baby? Why are you taking? Why do you keep um forgiving him? And she's like, "Well, I just love him so much." And I'm like, "No, mm-mm. I can do it." It's like you saying, "Okay, yeah, it's okay. You disrespect me. I'm gonna take you back. Go ahead, and disrespect me. It's okay, baby. It's okay to be disrespectful. I don't mind. Shit. Don't let nobody fucking disrespect you. Put some respect on my name." That's what I would have told his ass. And I know, I done kicked the thing. And I know it seemed like I be coming down hard on Soulja Boy. I kind of started to like him a little bit in this episode. But then when them tweets, I'm like, bro, you just keep digging yourself in this hole. Like, and then they come to Fizz and Tiffany, and talking about why he don't have no pictures of her on his page, but she got pictures of him on her page on the Instagram. He was like, she can do whatever she want to do. Woman ain't no forever thing, but my son is forever. So basically he was saying, she could post. He was like, I post her on my story. And they was like, but the story ain't forever. And he was like, but my son is. So he basically is like, she can put me on her page if she want to, but shit, I ain't put her on my page. So basically after that, they go on to they go back to the boot camp room, and they tell them that they're gonna switch their partners, and that's gonna be their date for a dinner that they go on later on. So they paired up Walker with Tiffany, and they paired Tammy with Sean. They paired Dime with Carl. They paired Lil Mo and Soulja Boy together, and they paired Nia with Drew or Lil Fizz. Same person, Lil Fizz / Drew. And so they basically had jobs. And then what I noticed is like they all were getting along with the people that they were paired with. And on my hair, it was curly and my curls fell. Anyways, they were fine with the people that they were paired with. They got along with them, and it was all good. Then they go out, they did their tests, whatever they had to cook and everything. And of course the doctors are observing and analyzing what they're doing. So Drew, so then they go out to dinner, and Walker was helping Tiffany. He was like, see how she giving him compliments and all this. She eating this up because that's what she like. I'm like, well, if you know what she like, treat her right. Yeah, y'all ain't even together. Y'all need to decide if y'all want to be together or not. Anyways, then if you want to be with her, treat her right. Then you ain't got to worry about the next nigga treat her. The next person treating her right. You ain't got to worry about it because you're doing your job. Then you ain't got to worry about if the next person treating her better than you. That's what's wrong with people. They need to be worried about satisfying their relationship than to worry about if the next person gonna take it. If you ain't doing what you supposed to do, yeah, the next person gonna take what you got. Because they think the grass is greener on the other side. They might, but then again, like they might treat you better. They might treat you better than the other person for a little while. Then the true colors come out. See, they only dated for a half a day because I think it was like going into the afternoon to the night. But baby, people get put on the show for only so long. So basically they was asking them why they was paired up together, blah blah blah. I'm not gonna go through all that. They just were saying like the person that they was pretty much with everybody, the person that they were paired up with was the opposite of their partner, and they wanted them to open the doctors wanted them to open up. And they were saying how Tiffany and Drew, that's the most that they've smiled in the house when they was with somebody else. And that's sad. So basically they were saying that the whole point of this was that social media produces jealousy. And that as I was watching everybody on their dates, everybody was a little bit jealous that their partner was with somebody else. So the doctors be getting, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. And they be getting them to open up. All right. So basically, every episode ends with the jury of their peers, and the judge came out and she was like, first, I want to talk to you, Dime, and I want to talk to you. And she was talking to Sean, and she was like, don't you ever, and I was like, okay, Judge Lynn told her, go ahead. Don't you ever tell this woman that she doesn't have any class, because what she did today is the epitome of class. It doesn't matter what's on the outside, it's what you bring from within. I was like, yes, get them. So yeah, so basically she was like, she's classy. Don't tell her she not classy. And then she was talking to Lil Mo, and Lil Mo was like, she feel like Carl feels like that he don't need her, but she needs her more than he thinks. And she talking and she crying, and this fool over there with a glass of wine just like sipping, and I'm like, bro, if you don't get your ass up and go comfort your girl, like, what's wrong with you? And he just sit there chilling, like she ain't even crying. Like, she ain't over there being emotional and shit. Like, go comfort her. What's wrong with you? And so, and they were basically saying, so they wrapped it up. They talked to every couple, but I'm not gonna go through all that. Okay, so they were saying how, you can make yourself appear to be a certain way on social media. So the judge gave everybody their phones and told them, like, now, tell me something that you just learned about yourself. And so everybody tweeted, or that you learned today. Everybody tweeted out. And so Sean was like, I just found out my fiance is classier than me. And then Nia tweeted out, well, Soulja Boy asked her, and she told him, she was like, I'm not as forgiving as I thought. So the episode, they all go their separate ways. And then Lamo and Fizz were in the kitchen, was like, oh, it's about to be some stuff, Soulja Boy about to go off or whatever. So him and Nia upstairs talking, he was like, so you telling me you don't forgive me, like you don't want to be with me, or you don't forgive me, like we can work this out? And she was like, no, it's not that I don't want to be with you, but I just thought I forgave you, but obviously I didn't. And then they go upstairs and they talk, they're still walking upstairs and they talk some more, and then he started blaming Lil Fizz. He was like, this done told you some cap shit. And I'm like, what is cap? Like, I might look young, but all this young lingo and slang that these teenagers be saying, I'm like, man, bro, what are y'all talking about? I don't even understand. Just say what you mean. So I literally had to go on my phone, and I'm like, what does cap mean? Because I'm like, what are they talking about? And he was like, he done told you some cap shit. I said, okay, so basically he's saying that Drew done lied to her and finessed her or whatever. So we'll see what happens, because they couldn't even make it a whole day without arguing. They made it almost until he got mad about the tweet that she tweeted out. So we'll see what happens, but that's basically it for Marriage Bootcamp episode 4. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already done so. And I will see you in the next video. Bye. Love you guys.